Hi guys, it's Harvey from Mole Parts. This is a funny story. I've been complaining. You need to watch this one in its full. But Charterman came to do 208, okay? Which the line has been broken ever since they did 210. And I'm going to play this. Now I went to my truck. The guy had his back towards me. And before I knew it, this is Charter's own employees, okay? This is where half of them need to be fired on the Outer Banks. He starts yelling. I didn't say a word to him. He starts yelling and screaming, "If you put me on YouTube, I'm going to get my lawyer." Give me a break with your lawyers, you know? That lawyer theory is just about over. He was driving a gray Commander, okay? I am going to push that he should be fired because he said certain things that simply, I mean, he just blew up, okay? This is a Charter employee that just went ahead and blew up. Now, he's doing a temporary line. Now, this is going to show you a temporary line, but I want to explain one thing. That's why you need to watch this one in its entirety. In their wisdom, they don't need to call for a mark out. So they cut the line for 202. And call for a mark out again, and they fixed the line for 202. And the guys came here as, "Oh man, we do need to fix the line for 208. So they just cut the little whip end. So the guy, that's why I'm marking today, he was here about an hour ago. Just yelling and screaming and everything. I should have got his truck. I didn't need to take his picture, but you could have heard him yelling and screaming. Yelling and screaming at a customer. Okay? North Carolina has a work to rate state. He needs to just go away. But anyway, so they must have just cut the yellow line. So he's making a splice from 208 to 210 with a black line. Now, I don't want to go to 208 because now it's rented and I just don't want to bother people. So, he said, "You better not YouTube me." I said, "I'm not going to, but once you're done, I'm going to YouTube it." So what he did, he disconnected his work and just looped it back in the box. He had it all done nice and pretty, and he just ripped everything out because he knew what he was doing was wrong. But I'm going to show you, they just don't know what they're doing. They used to have a yellow line, and they cut it out. They cut it out because I complained, and they wanted to put a line in for 202, found out that they needed to put a line in for 208, but they figured they cut it, and it's not rented. Now today it's emergency, right? And he's trying to splice 208 to 210, and I said, "Once you leave, I'll YouTube it." So he just ripped everything out. But I'll just show you, this is Charter's work at their best. I mean, Charter has no couth, okay? They just, you know, think of walking to your truck and now you're getting yelled and screamed at by a Charter employee when you didn't say word one initially to him, okay? I didn't curse at him any, I didn't need to. I just told him, "Hey, I'll YouTube it after you leave, I don't care." So we did it. This was a couple of months ago, I don't know when this was, but I want to show you the splice work, okay? Which they cut, and he was going to redo today. But the guy was really being an idiot. Let's roll him, but I recommend you watch this really good. They do not know what they're doing. Let's see. Let's hit... hit play. For markup, but they waited so long, the market outgrew itself. So they told me to go in the house again. They know what they're doing. They went ahead and shielded the cable for 210. And there's the 210's box. With their wisdom, without doing a mark out, they cut 208s. So what they do, 208 is empty right now, what they do is put a splice from this box to that box. But they disconnected 208, as you can... Okay, so there's that yellow line. That's what they had when they spliced 202 to 200. That's what they had for 208, 210. So the Berry people just cut that yellow line. So a guy was here today, the man that was cursing at me, gray, I don't know, grayish, what is it, not grayish gold, charcoal gray, Commander, okay? Didn't even face me, just started yelling and screaming. Guys, I'm going to send this to Charter's main CEOs. I mean, he had no right to start yelling and screaming at me. No, I didn't say one word. But this is Charter at their finest. They just want to yell and scream at people because they think they're far, far above us. Okay? They just do. And they don't realize this is private property. And I'm the president. I could have got him for trespassing again. Okay? So, did many, many things wrong. Charter, you need to wake up and send some people to the Outer Banks and do some firings. Oh, and by the way, they did have a man here. What is his name? And I complained about it again. Over last week, okay? Charter employee. Let's see. That I told about, to avoid out his phone numbers. That I told about 208. They don't care. He came and saw me physically here last week. Okay? Did nothing about 208, and I reported it again. And I reported it again. They don't care about people. I showed them what they did about 200, 202, not calling for a markout. I showed them what about 208. They just don't care. Charter, you don't know what you're doing.